As of filming this video, the SAG-AFTRA and WGA strikes are still happening. I stand in full support of everyone striking. Everyone deserves fair and full compensation for their work. Without most of their work, this channel would not exist. So it's important that everyone gets paid fairly. SAG-AFTRA have clarified that social content that consists of genuine critique and review is allowed within their guidelines. Therefore, the regularly scheduled reactions will return. I will be covering movies and TV shows produced by the struck studios, but no, I am still in full support of all of the strikes. I do not get paid by the studios to make these videos. I do not take any compensation for them for promotion of their movies. This is all myself reviewing and critiquing their films, giving both positive and negative critiques of the films too. That's why I've also made a donation to the Entertainment Community Fund. They're financially supporting a lot of the strikers, and I'd encourage you to do the same because these people, they all make the great content that we all love. So I think without all of that out of the way, let's jump into the video. Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Across the Spider-Verse. We covered Into the Spider-Verse last time, and now we're watching Across the Spider-Verse. Super excited for this. Gonna see how they've improved the animation. I mean, is there much room for improvement anyway? Can't wait to hear the soundtrack and just where the story goes from here. I have heard, you know, this is a part one and the ending maybe isn't the most satisfying, but I know going in that it's a part one rather than expecting the whole story to be fully complete in this film. I know it's going to leave off like on a cliffhanger, so I am expecting that now. And I just can't wait to see all of the other universes that are shown here, the different art styles that they go into. I think it's going to be really fun. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon page. Over there you can find a full-length timer-based version of this, where you can sync up your own footage and watch along with me, and you can find early access to upcoming videos. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
Let's do things differently this time. Like, so different.
Okay, starting off with Gwen. I love this, the visualization of the music.
He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and he's not the only one.
Yeah, I'm the one and only Spider-Man last time.
Now he's on his own.
So is this the art style of Gwen's universe? It's very painterly.
I didn't want to hurt him, but I did.
Oh, is this foreshadowing? She hurts him in this film or later on in the sequel as well? Oh, yeah. Flashes of his dad and flashes of the spot.
Is the song over?
The Mary Janes, that's their band.
I'm great! Thanks! Whoa. How are you? Fine.
Oh, and the color's completely changing. It's like really fluid.
I play drums.
Now they're all orange, look.
I always wanted to be in a band.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
Before Miles, there was Peter.
Okay, so she's lonely again after returning home.
Until it was too late.
Oh, what? Is he like the Green Goblin in their world? That was like the serum? Oh no, he's Lizard. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense because he's kind of tied closer scientifically to Connor's. Oh. And she accidentally kills him. That's another, like, I mean, we knew he died, but she was the one who accidentally killed him.
Wanted to be special. Like you, Gwen.
So yeah, she blames herself, of course.
Hey! Peter?
And then blames the Spider-Man of their world. Always how it happens.
And there's no way to get there.
Oh, that's great. It bleeding down. Yeah, that's so cool. You know, I was wondering how they're going to improve the animation, but you can really tell in the lighting, the 3D models, it's all just such an improvement. Like going directly from the last to this, you know. I guess it's the aesthetic of the world as well. That I'm not seeing like any half-tone patterns here, like there was so many in Miles' world. Oh, wow. It's like the warmth emanating from that moment, the way the warmer color was spreading. Oh, the smears on the light from the police car, that's really cool.
Everybody on my signal! Look out for signs of Spider-Woman!
How's the manhunt for me going?
Always got to put on the deeper voice. It feels like the effects animation is a lot improved here. Like the fog there, the smoke looked really cool.
I am the vulture, the pinnacle of man's genius.
You're not my fault.
Oh, okay, yeah, from another dimension. He's like a Leonardo da Vinci kind of Renaissance. I don't know the exact style you'd call it. It's like drawn on brown paper kind of thing, like a schematic.
You call this art?
We're talking about it, aren't we?
Oh, what's the name of that artist? I know a lot of people don't like him. Is it Jeff Koons?
Oh, look, it's your cousin.
Oh, that's a cool design. Yeah, like kind of Plague Doctor mask. Okay, here's Miguel. I've heard that sound effect on TikTok.
Dedicated to the security of the
Actually,
multiverse.
forget it. Can you go to any dimension you want with that watch?
Okay, she wants the tech. Saw some other Spider-Men there.
Really fun cleaning up your shocking mess, by the way.
What mess?
Kingpin's Collider.
Okay, so still things tying into the last film, okay. Consequences of the Collider.
And don't even get me started on Doctor Strange and a little nerd back on Earth 1999.
Okay, there's our MCU connection. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh, Hammer Space, that's like where cartoon characters, yeah. Like Peter Porker keeps his little hammer that he gave to Miles. Oh, out of her fingertips, not through the wrist. Oh, he's gonna bite him? Was he like fully ready to kill him? He's got darker methods. I mean, I know Miguel's supposed to kind of be the villain in here as well.
Yeah, I think it's a Banksy.
Oh, is that the same guy as last film as well? Oh, she looks so good. The animation. Look at that.
Come
You have
on.
the right to remain silent.
You don't
Anything you
understand.
Is she gonna reveal?
You don't understand.
It might be no choice but to show him. They're also showing the problem when cops have personal connections and take their own vendetta out. And then the warmer colors coming back in, yeah.
I didn't know it was him. I didn't have a
How
choice.
long have you been lying to me?
Oh,
Can you just not be?
the eyes behind her.
Do you really think I'm a murderer?
The background's just completely faded, abstracted. It's just them in the moment.
And the way to help right now is to listen to me. Please, Dad.
There's like a bit where the dad, half of him was in red, half was in blue. Obviously, red and blue is sirens, but also showing, you know, how split he was on the decision, how in two minds he was, how conflicted he was. Just kind of running from your problems, though. 42, a lot of 42s again, because that was the spider before. Yeah, I never actually learnt what the 42 meant. Was that like an issue Miles shows up in or something? Oh, Earth 1610, so he's not Earth 42 either. Oh, that might have been what it was.
Here, any minute.
He's very serious about his future.
And yeah, in this world, all our halftones are back. Oh, okay. Spot, here he is.
I'm going to rob Veronica's
There's
fucking
no
field.
reason to bring wood to this.
Oh, he's already here.
Give me my foot. Oh, man.
I can't really get a job anywhere anymore being like this, so I've turned to a...
So that's not a costume, that's just what he looks like.
I am... the Spot. We meet again, Spider-Man.
I love it taking like the weirder, funnier villains and making them maybe more serious. I mean, it's still a bit comedic.
Oh, come on.
Well, this has been
Who are you
fun.
talking to?
But I really gotta wrap this up.
And he's still got a little bit of hand-drawn bit on his suit. The main logo is still spray painted.
The Jeopardy. Endorse baby powder. Apologize for endorsing baby powder. I made a mistake.
Baby, okay.
I made another mistake. Been developing a new twist on my Venom thing.
YouTube apology videos.
I mean, would they get it?
Oh, you can definitely see the difference in height actually. How he's grown.
I don't dwell on it.
I wonder who's on his mind.
You understand this is the fight of our lives, right?
Sorry, just a second, man. No.
Yeah, it's like it's so personal for the Spot, but not for Miles.
I really gotta be some...
We saw kind of an inside world as well, a little inside the portal.
I'm Spider-Man. No one can take that away from me.
Unbelievable. Come back to your nemesis.
Don't escape.
There's a little trope that I like, when someone considers themselves a nemesis and the hero just doesn't know who they are, doesn't care.
I'm not your guy in the chair.
Are those my Jordans?
I can't help it if we're the same size.
Gotta say, I much prefer the tie-in Jordans for Into the Spider-Verse than in Across the Spider-Verse.
Is Miles Morales.
Correct.
You grew up in a struggling immigrant family.
Oh, use it to your advantage to get into college.
Princeton has the best quantum researchers in the country. They're moving electrons
Oh,
across dimensions.
okay. Studying dimensions to get to other dimensions to see his friends.
You all got me into this school because you thought I could do something special. And now I think so too.
Ooh, bringing his theme back in.
Everything!
Ooh. Yeah, Dad being pulled in too. Oh, look at the water and the physics.
Hey, don't try to wow me with big words.
Don't risk it. It's gonna... Yeah. No, good idea. Well, you know, if it closes before you hop in.
Contain the Spot. You really don't remember what you did to me?
Yeah, who is this?
I ran a test on this collider that brought a spider here from another dimension. 42.
He's the one who brought it through that actually got Miles' powers.
You ran through the cafeteria. You hit me with a bagel.
He's the bagel guy?
I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
I created you. You created me.
Yeah, the best heroes always create their villains.
I was in this collider room when you blew it up.
And that's how he got his powers. And they are like multiversal powers, I'm imagining eventually. Like, you can open the portals to other places.
Look at me.
You did this to me! Look at me! I'll make you respect me!
Kicked his own butt.
I mean, I'm trying to.
Hey, you need to be a better role
Oh,
model.
great role model.
Hey, he didn't do that. That's the villain's portals.
He says these things that are so smart.
Cool. Well, I should probably...
And he does these things that are so stupid.
Very rare you get an insight into what your dad actually thinks of you.
I think you're getting pretty good at being a parent. You think you got it lit. And then they go and grow up.
It's always in flux. They're always changing. And your parenting has to change too. I love the effect, this ripple on this roof. I guess it's like a plastic film or something. It's a cool effect. Yeah, it's really cool.
I should go.
Yeah, and catch that holes guy.
Don't worry.
If I were him, I wouldn't be interacting with my dad as much, because the more you are, the more it's like possibility to give it away.
Into myself. Well, this is new.
Oh, he's kind of see-through a bit with like the sketch marks on him.
Hello.
Okay, real old-timey comic style. I'm wondering if they'll play around with the aspect ratio. They did a tiny bit with the end credit scene before, but all different worlds have different ratios.
Excuse me. Sorry to bug you.
Earth 688.
What do you want? I know it's weird.
This is
But I think I'm becoming a
the one from the Venom movie, right? The little supermarket. Is that right?
gum.
Don't know how I feel about having live action.
Love this. Look.
Oh.
I'm out of spots, wouldn't you know it?
Okay, so he's got a limit to how many spots he can use.
Oh no.
I do know about this. I've heard about this. This was entirely animated by a 14-year-old kid, which is crazy.
Hey, Mr.
P.S.
Spider-Man, it won't fit on one cake.
Oh, gotta do it on 2. Have your cake and eat it too.
And I will always, always be here for you.
I'm just gonna say it every time it happens, but how can you not love that little musical motif?
Come on, did you even see the cakes? There's some heartfelt messages on them.
Your dad studied for 8 months.
9. That was like giving birth.
No, it wasn't.
Of course not.
You made a
Yeah, don't push it that far.
Who are you running around with anyway?
Just
Is it Genki? I never liked it.
Oh, I did notice a tiny animation mistake there. His suit was showing under, then split second later it wasn't. Ooh.
you don't understand.
You're right. You are right. I have no idea what's
Oh no, everyone else is. Yeah, good work, DJ.
to tell me so bad.
We can't say it now. That is one thing. Music. I don't know if there's any music in this that's been as iconic as like Sunflower and What's Up Danger. Of course, maybe I don't know, and there'll be a song I suddenly recognize, like, oh, okay, yeah. See, this was where it ended last time, isn't it? So it's a little bit out of sync.
How have you been?
I've been good. I've been, just great. Look at you. You grew, huh? Had a little growth spurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look much older, doesn't he?
That's a collectible.
Oh, I used to have this
Actually,
one.
an extremely
Wait, why is it
rare.
still in the
Highly
package?
sought after.
Oh no! Oh, what are you doing?
Wow, there's so...
I mean, at least there's others in there. It's not just all her.
Who's Toby?
Oh my gosh, you would love him. He lets me crash in his dimension sometimes.
What does that mean? You stay overnight or?
Oh, bit of jealousy.
So, you and your dad, you still haven't talked?
What exactly would we talk about?
She needs to go back eventually, though. You got to return home eventually. Oh, that's really cool. The upside down city aesthetic is always so cool.
Maybe some things are supposed to be just for us.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's a wallpaper if I've ever seen one, a desktop.
I mean, how many people can you talk to about this stuff?
You don't even know.
I mean, there's loads, aren't there? Loads of Spider-Man that's going to be in this.
Papa, you know you can tell me anything. No hay mentiras entre nosotros.
Can anyone translate that? I mean, I don't know the exact words, but I know the general gist.
I'm sorry I was late.
They gotta find out one way or another, though. Just hope you want them to find out about your identity on good terms.
And he never lets anyone at those big fancy places he's gonna be in tell him that he doesn't belong there.
I'm always worried with like sentimental scenes like this, just building the relationship between Miles and Rio, make it even more heartbreaking if something does happen.
Don't get lost. Me oyes?
Alright.
Cool.
Yeah, she kind of took a back seat to Jeff in the last film in terms of like the sentimental moments like that. So it's nice to have that from her.
Nah.
Music's a bit ominous. Okay, so it makes sense why she might come here, because Spot's causing multi-dimensional stuff. Is she only here because of Spot? Well, that was the only way she'd be allowed to come here.
This is what I love about science.
I just need enough to get me somewhere with a full-size collider.
Oh, okay. So he like absorbs the dark energy and that's where he gets his spots?
Gwen,
Gwen. Hi. What you doing?
Nothing. Good. All good. Yeah.
So she was spending time with Miles when she should have been doing the mission, and it's messed it up.
He stops at has an Alchemax.
What's he up to, Gwen?
I don't know.
He's making himself more powerful.
Yeah, gathering energy, gathering energy.
Star pupil, everyone.
I'll get him, okay? I can get back.
I love the effect on Gwen there. Like when the lighting was hitting her.
You never made a mistake? Never got too close to someone?
I did.
Yeah, I can definitely see the difference in the lighting in this one is so much better. You see the improvement in the lighting. Oh yeah, but then he's gone missing for however long this is going to be. Yeah, he's got to do it though. Got to go in after. Oh, and of course, yeah, he glitches because he's in the wrong universe now. Cool aesthetic. Oh, is this Spider-Man India? Mumbattan. Okay. Reminds me of like San Francisco from Big Hero 6, where they combine two cities.
Not supposed to be here.
What are you talking about? I'm helping.
Yeah. Her watch must stop her from glitching, right? Because she shouldn't be here either. Oh, here he is. I knew they like fully changed up the design to be better.
Hey, new guy must be in love with you.
Okay, no.
My name is Pravitra Prabhakar.
Pravitka Prabhakar.
I wake up, skip the workout because I'm naturally buff and I don't want to get too big, you know? Do almost nothing with my amazing hair.
You know, I love chai tea.
What did you just say? Chai tea? Chai me?
No, yeah. That mirrors Miles with the ATM machine thing earlier.
Quick talk. This is where the traffic is. This is where the traffic is. This is also where the traffic is. The British stole all of our stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he got a new design. I'm imagining the old design was designed just by a white guy who didn't know anything. And this was one that had a much more considerate design.
Now let me guess, you're going to ask me about saffron and cardamom and naan bread, which is the same as saying bread, which is the...
I'm good. Don't worry.
We won't.
This romantic tension is so palpable.
You can read right through them.
Hey, does he know about Hobie?
What should I know?
Oh, he's like teleporting there a bit. Yeah, he's really gaining much better control. He kind of mirrors Miles in a way with like, at the start he couldn't really control his powers and now he's getting better and better. Just like an Into the Spider-Verse.
I've been working on something new.
Oh, he can use his Venom Shock. Oh no, like absorbing it. It's really cool how it's showing it go through his nervous system. Oh, Spider-Punk. It just breaks right through, okay. And that's Hobie.
You guys are, man like Pop, big stepper. Yeah, mate.
Man like Pop.
Use the palm, not just your fingers. What's up your suit? Is he bleeding from his armpits?
So his aesthetic is like a zine kind of, like a punk zine.
Having a laugh at the pub with a man then. I'm not a role model, I'm briefly a runway model. I hate the AM, I hate the PM, hate labels.
Hate the AM, hate the PM. That's great.
And your toothbrush.
Wait, what?
Where's my chucks?
Oh yeah, she's wearing Chucks instead of ballerina shoes. It's a cool effect.
You're not a joke, right, gang?
Absolutely, completely unamusing.
I don't believe in comedy.
What does he believe in? It's like half and half, yeah, really showing the mirroring of them two. Okay, showing his dad dying, but it was also like cutting between Chief Singh here.
Our future.
Two-headed.
I'm gonna take everything from you. Like I took everything from...
Oh, that's so cool, the sketchiness.
See you back home, Spider-Man.
Expectations Yeah, it looks just like it. I've seen the imagery. Always no expectations, isn't it? I love the kind of black lightning effect of Spot's power. Like 2D lightning animation always looks so cool. Oh, there's a double-decker bus as well. It's a bit more London than it is Manhattan or Mumbai, isn't it?
Hurry, everyone! This way, quickly!
Oh, that's totally the vision that we saw. He saves a little girl. Ah, it's the classic choice, yeah. You can't save everyone, you can't do both.
Okay, I was so worried. I mean, you seem like a nice young woman.
Oh, okay, she doesn't know yet.
Man like Miles, man.
A man like Miles.
It's a metaphor for capitalism.
It's a lot worse than that.
Is Spot just opening holes everywhere then?
Okay, guys, secure the area, clear all civilians.
Okay, a few more Spider-Men, Spider people.
How are you even cooler under your mask?
Look at his hair. How does he keep that under the mask?
Oh, so funny. Anybody else got jokes? Now that you mention it. No, you know that.
Alright, this is where all of the Easter eggs and cameos are going to be. Anyone I recognize?
Welcome to Spider Society.
There's just too much to take in. I guess there's no up and down for Spider-Man when they can walk on any surface.
Hey, Peters.
Oh, there was one with the bag over his head.
To help deal with this.
Peter parked car.
We got a bunch of doc
That's interesting.
A Mysterio. Ms.
Moose Stereo from... Oh, there's Insomniac.
Hype face.
Go to Helvetica, Spider-Man.
Whoa.
Helvetica.
Rhino. A Prowler.
Prowler?
Not your Prowler.
Oh, okay. Donald Glover.
It's rude to stare.
Because he is Aaron Davis in MCU 19999.
I don't always like what I have to do, but I know I have to be the one to do it.
Much more serious. He's got a lot of responsibility. He's got so much power and so much responsibility.
Bet this doesn't even do anything.
Maybe it did before you ripped it out of a wall.
It's propaganda, bro. I ain't got Scooby-Doo, mate. Because that's what they want.
Oh, people don't know what ain't got Scooby-Doo mean? Let's have an explanation for it. Lost his daughter?
Listen to me, bro. Whole point of being...
Yeah. Happy there, but then now he isn't.
Just don't enlist till you know what war you're fighting.
Don't enlist until you know what war you're fighting. That's a good one.
Hey, Miguel! Come on, go easy on the kid. He had...
Here he is. There's like something being built at the back.
Wait, what is that?
Mayday!
You have a baby!
I have a baby.
This is crazy.
Yeah, and that was the whole thing in the last one. He wasn't sure if he wanted kids or not.
Give me a second. Mayday!
Kid's an anarchist.
Come on, honey. Yeah, look at this. I'm trying to hold a serious attention. You're the only Spider-Man who isn't funny. We're supposed to be funny. The fate of the multiverse. You always...
I mean, it must be annoying being around all of these Spider-Men who are always so funny, trying to be funny, cracking jokes and things.
Taking a crap on the establishment, I salute you.
Wait, what are you upset?
The Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse? Oh, that's stupid. It's called the Arachno-Humanoid Polymultiverse.
Not as catchy.
And these nodes where the lines converge?
They are the canon.
I like that, calling it canon, using that terminology from real life.
Some good, some bad.
Just saw Tobey Maguire. Okay, yeah. Uncle Ben or Uncle Aaron, always an uncle. They all share a defining moment.
Because you changed the story, Pavitra's dimension is unraveling.
That wasn't me. That was the Spot.
Yeah, that was the Spot's portal though. It's not like a glitch.
I found a world where I had a family, where I was happy, and that version of myself was killed.
So he just took up the mantle? Yeah, okay, so it all just crumbles apart.
And we could lose everything.
So it just destroys the whole world if you mess it up.
My dad is about to be captain.
So it'll be his dad instead of, because there isn't like a Captain Stacy.
I'm gonna take everything from you. Like you took everything.
And Spot's gonna be the one to do it. Can he stop his dad from becoming captain? You know, he isn't captain yet. He hasn't been promoted.
What about your dad? He's a captain, right?
That's why she doesn't want to return. If she does, it will happen maybe.
Because some algorithm says that that's supposed to happen? You realize how messed up that sounds, right?
You have a choice.
So this is why they all hate him? It's actually him going against them.
That's what you signed up for.
Miles.
There's so many cool designs.
Penny?
Oh, Penny's got a new robot. Yeah, because it was destroyed in the last one. It's more like her comic, whereas designed after an Eva.
You should have never come to see me.
Kid, look
Stop calling me.
Here we go.
Hobie, you're not helping.
Good.
Okay, Hobie's on his side at least.
We let him leave, he'll only do more damage. Both
Miguel,
know
that's
that.
enough.
Just need to hold you a few days.
Oh yeah, you already told him how to escape. I saw that gif from the trailers, you know. And then run away. Yeah. There's again the one with the bag over his head from like one of the Fantastic Four comics.
Drop what you're doing and stop Spider-Man.
There we go. Again. He should have gone invisible. What was that, a really tiny guy? Oh yeah, the T-Rex. What's the T-Rex called? There must be some pun there. Oh, that's Sun Spider, isn't it?
You often use comedy as crutch. Get it?
Yeah, because she uses the crutches to shoot the web. Yeah, there's this big like post-apocalyptic one. There's like a Spider Woman. I remember there being some sort of big deal about her or something. Toys of her made. Ah, he's lost trust. And this chase, there's just so much going on.
Hold the baby, we'll see what happens. You're the reason I had her, okay?
Yeah, he helped that.
It makes us who we are. But good things happen too, you know?
Yes, the overcoming of the adversity as well. There must be good canon events to go along with the bad canon events.
Where does he think he's going?
I don't think he planned this out.
Yeah, I mean, he's just running, isn't he? He's not specifically going to any location. What would his plan be? Oh no, start glitching now as well, though.
What are those claws? Dude, are you sure you're even Spider-Man?
Yeah, he doesn't even have like, can't even climb normally like other Spider-Men.
Was never supposed to fight you.
Miguel, no!
There's a world out there with no Spider-Man to protect them because it bit you instead.
No.
Okay.
If you hadn't been bit, your Peter Parker would have lived.
Oh, putting all that blame on him. Yeah, because the spider, it came from the other dimension, just like Spot said. And the spider was always glitching in his own dimension.
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Write your own story. Is it coming to an end? This feels like it's almost the climax. Oh, I mean, I know it's going to leave it on a cliffhanger.
I taught him how to do that, so...
Her face, you know, she said Miles, but it looked like she was slightly proud of him there.
Dimensional signature identified.
That's not his world though. His is 1610. 42 is... Because it scanned his DNA, but the spider bite changed his DNA. 42 was the number always on the spider. Oh, yeah, she's gonna let him go. Yeah, there are people on his side.
Do you know for certain what happens if he breaks the cannon?
Do you want to find out?
It's not 100%. It's all an algorithm, isn't it? You don't know what events are truly canon. Oh, he's gonna send her back. Oh, and then she's gonna have to deal with all the consequences of her dad as well. It's cool design, the giant spider carrying her.
We are supposed to be the good guys.
That's got to Jess a bit. Oh, the music, that looks so cool. This, yeah, so obviously not his world. Since when did it have a green and red aesthetic like that? There keeps being these moments where the music is like building. I'm like, oh, is it ending here? I mean, how long has she been gone, you know? Do you assume she's dead, missing?
You want to go easy on the penguin? Would you just... You didn't even look at me.
Yeah, just look at him though, how tired he looks.
You know, you put on that badge because you know if you don't, someone who shouldn't will. This mask is my badge.
But there's people who have the badge who shouldn't have it, maybe?
I can do all these things, but I can't help the people I love the most. And they can only know half of who I am.
Yeah, the background's like melting.
Because I quit.
When?
About halfway through your big speech.
Wait a minute, you're not gonna be...
Yeah. He's not captain, so that means he won't die.
My job, being captain, this whole thing doesn't matter anymore.
Does that mean that canon event is interrupted as well then?
But I think that this thing is supposed to help.
Okay. Hobie's makeshift transporter, whatever you call it.
Between saving one person and saving an entire world. Every world.
Spider-Man always.
Not always.
Yeah, it's like his whole mental state. Look at it.
No. How it's helping.
Me, Spider-Man!
It's feeling entrapped, claustrophobic.
Keep going.
Okay, Uncle Aaron's pushing him on.
Is now a bad time?
Am I too late?
What did you do to your hair?
Are you guys okay?
Oh, what did you do to your hair? It's different.
I saw all these amazing places and met all these amazing people. But
His jacket is green and purple, not red like before.
he's my nemesis. And I'm gonna stop him.
Is he finally doing his reveal, but it's to the wrong version?
And now, I'm not afraid of anything.
His speech could be quite ominous if you don't know what he's talking about.
I'm Spider-Man.
Does she even know what that is?
He got bit by a spider? Gave him spider powers?
Yeah, because Mio said that because the spider came through into Miles' world, there's no Spider-Man in this one.
So help me now.
Hold on. I need to talk to
Did she not see that?
No.
Yeah, that only happens when you're in the wrong world. Yeah, it totally is. Oh!
Uncle Aaron?
He's still alive here, seeing ghosts. Yeah, without him becoming Spider-Man, Fisk never kills him, I guess. That means Fisk is still around here.
All right, then. Whoa, you took your braids out? On purpose?
Yeah.
Got a bit of grey in his beard.
Give me more hours at the hospital, so next month, I swear, I'll pay you back.
Family.
Okay, lending money.
Oh, Miles, I have to work an overnight tonight. Here's a grocery list.
I'll make sure he gets these done.
Is his dad even in this universe? Because she's working overnight. It seems like she might be like a single mum in this one or something.
There's no Spider-Man here.
So it's all in chaos. Oh, there we go. I just got chills.
And maybe we gotta grow up too. Maybe we just gotta let him spread his wings, man.
Just like the start.
One thing I learned from Miles, it's all possible. He loves you more than you could ever imagine.
It's also ominous without them really knowing much of what's going on. They just assume it's like drugs or gangs or something along those lines.
You don't understand. I'm not from here. Listen, okay? This machine sent me here by mistake.
Oh, he's getting his powers ready. That's cool, the cut.
It wasn't supposed to bite me. It was supposed to bite someone else. Someone from here.
Yeah, we're at the Miles of this world.
Please, trust me. I know you don't want to be the Prowler.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool with the color. It's Miles. It must be Miles, isn't it?
Your dad is still alive?
What?
Your father.
Oh, they want to go to his dimension where he'll have a dad? There we go. He's got much more, got like different lines on him.
You can call me the Prowler.
Much darker version, isn't he? Just in his voice, you can tell he's been through a lot more though. Is this the ending now? Spot shown up. There's like this frame where he like splits in two and he's got like two heads for one part.
I never found the right band to join.
Okay.
I started my own.
Everyone else is here. Hobie, Vivica. Oh, yeah, yeah. Penny and Noir and Porker from the last one. Yeah, we didn't get much of them this I don't know why I want to say episode, this film. Don't watch the mouth, watch the hands.
You want in?
There we go. There were like 5 different times there where I thought, oh, it's ending now, it's ending now, it's ending now. Okay, so there we have it. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, beautiful animation. They've somehow improved since Into the Spider-Verse. It seems like the lighting and maybe the effects are a bit improved here. And of course, because you're going across all of these different multiverses, you can explore the different art styles. I really loved the aesthetic of Gwen's like homeworld. That was really cool. How like you had those smudges and the bleeding of the paint onto other things, and how the backgrounds just kind of bled into one another. That was really cool. And how it was kind of jumping what colors things were. You know, one scene it was like her dad was green and then he's blue and then he's pink or something. You know, it just cut between, but it was really cool. I loved Hobie's art style. He was a favorite. His whole kind of like zine aesthetic where it's like things that have been cut out and pasted and drawn over. That was really cool. And then his voice by Daniel Kaluuya as well. It was great to have some of the slang in there and like the explanations. Like I would think that Don't Have a Scooby-Doo would be like almost universal at this point. I don't know, it is such a well-known, it's like one of the most well-known Cockney rhyming slangs, right? But I guess this is aimed at kids and maybe they wouldn't know what that meant. It's just, you know, British man talks funny and is fun. You get all the fun from that, don't you? Even if people don't quite understand exactly what he means, like I did. I feel like Scooby-Doo, Apple and Pears, Dog and Bone, they're like the most common Cockney rhyming slangs that people would know. There's definitely some more that would be way more obscure than that. Then you also had Pravitka Prabhakar, who was Spider-Man India. I really liked his design. I know his design is different from like his comic designs. I do like his design here, but his comic design was actually designed by an Indian person. I wasn't too sure on that, as I said in the reaction, but I looked it up and it was designed by an Indian person, but they've changed it for this. I think maybe this one makes him look a bit more unique, you know, because he's like old design, the kind of upper half just looks like a kind of regular Spider-Man design. Maybe they did this to distinguish him a bit more. And there are like so many Spider-Man here. I wonder, they must have so many like 3D models of all of them. I imagine quite a lot of them you probably didn't need to make a super high res one for, because they just be in the background, but it's still a ton of work designing all of these. I guess they probably didn't design them, a lot of them they just took reference from what was in the comics and stuff, but still, to make the 3D models, to put them in the background is a ton of work, isn't it? What I really liked in this film compared to Into the Spider-Verse, we had a bit more focus on Rio Morales, Miles' mum, in this. I wouldn't say she was like sidelined in the first, but the more emotional core came from his dad. But here, you know, we had quite a lot of moments with his mum, which was really nice to give her a bit of the focus this time around. I think that was really nice to see. But as I said, whenever, you know, you're getting to know a character more like that in a sentimental way, it does make you worry for them as well, because if it's set up for like a death or something, makes it even more heartbreaking. And I was kind of thinking, like, what if it's almost a red herring, the thing with his dad, and it actually ends up being her instead? That would, I mean, it'd be equally heartbreaking either or, but they could throw that in as a twist in a way, couldn't they? And we know they're not afraid to kill off characters, because they killed off Aaron in the last one, like Miles' version of Aaron, Earth 1610. Also, fully clocked on that they were sending him to the wrong world, Earth 42, not to Earth 1610. It was just because I know, I was like, there's the spider and there's all the numbers 42 around. The spider had the number 42. I was like, oh, is that like the name of his world? And then his world shows up, right? Like the title card for his world, and it says Earth 1610. So I'm like, okay, so 42 isn't. What's the significance of the 42? I'm thinking like, whenever there's random numbers in comic book movies, I'm like, oh, that's probably referencing a specific like issue of a comic book or a run or something along those lines. But that's what it was hinting towards, that 42 was the world that the spider came through from, that the Spot took the spider from. And now that's where Miles is at the end. They never had a Spider-Man because there was no spider to bite him. I'm wondering, you know, about the whole canon event thing, how like true that is, because Miguel, obviously, he believes that there's these canon events that always must happen. It's like a loved one dying, it's an uncle dying, it's a chief of police dying. What else were there shown? Like the spider bite, obviously. But that means like this Earth 42, would that not have disintegrated and disappeared already because the spider bite never happened? Or is there a delay in how that happens? If the spider bite never happens, like Uncle Aaron is still around in that world as well. Is that like some inconsistency there? Is there something, because, you know, Miguel did experience like a world disappearing on him when he interrupted something somehow, but maybe he has the cause of that being wrong. Then there's also the fact that in Mumbattan, there wasn't any glitches happening after Miles supposedly, you know, interrupted the canon event. Those weren't glitches. They were the Spot's portals showing up. And I think that was more of a consequence of the Spot than it was a consequence of what Miles had done. So I am, you know, doubtful about this whole canon event thing. And that's a good thing, because that means things can be changed. That means Miles' dad can be saved in his world. And I really like the use of the term canon event, because that's what a lot of fandoms use. Canon is like a well-used term by everyone. I'm trying to think of, you know, like the MCU, they called them Nexus events and Nexus beings. I know Nexus being was what they call someone where there's only like one version of them. I can't remember if they called them Nexus events as well, if they had another name for them. But anyway, you know, everyone invents their own term, but using the term canon event, I think that's a really clever use of it. If you've followed the channel for any amount of time, you might know my disdain for part 1 movies. Usually part 1 movies, it just becomes too difficult to judge that movie on its own, you know, on its own merit, because it's so reliant on what comes in the sequel. But I think this does a good job of balancing the kind of part 1 syndrome, because it does feel like a satisfying movie. I am left wanting more, but I'm not like desperate for more. It did have this through line. I think because of the way it bookended it with Gwen, it almost acted as Gwen's story a little bit. So we did have like almost a complete arc in the film. It just wasn't with Miles, it was with Gwen. I think that was a really good way to handle this part 1. And I think a lot of times when there's the part 1 films, they're like splitting up books, and the book will have like a 3-act structure. So you're kind of splitting up that 3-act structure as well. That's a lot of the time why a part 1 doesn't always work as well too. Yeah, I think it avoids kind of most of the trappings of what can go wrong with part 1 movies, especially because it's an original story. They're not relying on like breaking up a book or anything, you know, a pre-existing bit of media. There were a few points where it like felt like the movie was ending, right? And it was like the music was building up. I was like, oh, okay, here it is. There'll be like one, you know, final line, and then the title card will show up. But it kept going and it kept going. And at one point I was thinking, oh, it's going on for much longer than I thought it was. Maybe it was because I was like anticipating the ending, the actual ending. It felt quite long because I was like anticipating, but I do also know this is like the longest feature length animated film ever. Is that right? Am I getting that right? Or have I heard that from somewhere wrong? I'm pretty sure I've heard that. It's super long for an animated film, nearly 2.5 hours. The original is just under 2 hours, and I wonder, you know, what kind of length Beyond the Spider-Verse will go. I am wondering how that's going to be structured, how that's going to go. Of course, we'll have some fights with Miguel and Miles, but I'm wondering where the focus is going to be and what the kind of thematic through line will be. Here, you know, it's still the kind of anyone can wear a mask, but some people are more deserving than others in a way. And it's almost like pushing against a lot of these pressures that are on you. The way there's like these canon events that are supposed to happen, but Miles is pushing back against that. And then like Hobie being such like an anarchist, pushing back against a lot of rules and things like that as well. You know what I mean? Doing your best to save everyone you can, because he's being told that he can't save everyone, but he's going to try his hardest anyway, isn't he? So is Beyond the Spider-Verse going to show that he can save everyone and that you should challenge the rules? Or is it going to show that you can't save everyone and difficult choices have to be made? Like there'll be a situation where you have to choose between one or the other, something along those lines. And, you know, it feels like you could delve into like identity a bit. You know, there's like, what does it mean to be a Spider-Man? That's something that's big in this one. But what does it mean to be Miles Morales? Because there's 2 Miles Moraleses here. Is he going to have an identity crisis, seeing how he could have turned out with this new Prowler Miles that there is? And I think just because this Prowler Miles has a bit more intimidation factor, you don't need to like assume he's a villain. He could be more of like an anti-hero. You know, there might be this thing where the through line of Miles is they're always good at heart, truly, something along those lines, because we never, you know, all we have had from this Prowler really is the aesthetic and knowing that he's working with Aaron, but Uncle Aaron might have turned a new leaf. It might be a bit nicer. Of course, this world is like much darker. It seems all in chaos a little bit. There's like fires and things breaking out when he was on the roof, but it might be the case that actually they're trying to fix things in their own way. They're like anti-heroes, vigilantes, that kind of thing. Because we even know, you know, from the first film, Aaron, he was a good person. He was just kind of in with the wrong crowd, you know. Obviously, he didn't kill Miles. He refused to do that. You know, it could just be a whole money thing as well, because Aaron was giving money to Rio. So it's like Miles and Aaron doing this to generate money just to help his mum, that kind of thing. I think there's a few different ways you could take that. But I think like in Beyond the Spider-Verse, there's going to be something where the Spot, I feel like the Spot is like the main threat. He's like the biggest multiversal threat here. So that will be kind of the final fight, the final climax. But there's got to be something. I'm just wondering, like, there'll be a fight with Miguel as well. But will Miles find a way to get Miguel on his side? Does he have a way to prove that canon events aren't exactly true? Maybe just by saving his dad and then the world not collapsing in, Miguel sees that his theory on the canon is wrong. So yeah, I'm wondering, you know, is it going to be they punch for a bit, then make up, and then fight the bigger threat? That kind of trope. Or what the structure of the next one will be. I'm wondering, like, if it was like from now, you have a bit of an action scene with Miguel and maybe obviously everything happening with the Prowler, and then the conclusion with the Spot. I'm wondering how they make that into a full movie. Of course, I trust Lord and Miller to deliver on that. But, you know, if I was like, if you could have maybe made this like a 3-hour movie and had the whole thing concluded up, tightened a few things in here. Maybe it could have all fit into one movie, because that was originally the plan. So I wonder what the original plan is for the first, you know, just having it be a one movie, and what kind of content they added that stretched it out into these 2 movies that it's going to be now. I wonder what changes they made and things like that, how they stretched it out into 2, because it was originally planned to be 1, what the original plans are. That's quite interesting. That'll be interesting, like behind the scenes once Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, you know. And again, the music, the score here was great again. You know, we had this new theme for Miguel that was great. I've heard that all over TikTok, that like sound effect. And then I also really loved Gwen's theme in this as well. I did notice, you know, it didn't feel like the licensed music or the original kind of soundtrack for the film was as impactful as in Into the Spider-Verse. You know, that there wasn't like a What's Up Danger moment, or even like a Sunflower where it blew up in popularity outside of the film. You know, Sunflower was a huge hit anyway, but it didn't feel like those ones where they get a big artist in. It didn't feel like those moments were as big as in Into the Spider-Verse. But, you know, you can't completely control what's going to be a hit with Sunflower. That was just a fluke for them. And there might be that, because it's, you know, originally planned to be one movie, their What's Up Danger moment is going to be in Beyond the Spider-Verse instead as well. There were like so many cameos and Easter eggs in this. There's probably loads that I missed this time around that I'll realize when editing and things. You know, we had like Peter Parker, we had the Insomniac Spider-Man again. There was the live action stuff. I don't know how I feel about the live action stuff. We had like the Venom world, the Venomverse, the little convenience store from there. Then you had Donald Glover. Then you had like real footage from The Amazing Spider-Man and a little bit of Tobey Maguire, like just the images. I don't know. I feel like I don't mind the aesthetic of them, but it felt very focused. It was like almost like the movie stopped for those moments in a way, you know what I mean? It kind of, yeah, a little bit like the pacing. It was just like the movie stopped for those moments to be like, oh, here you go. Here's Aaron and is played by Donald Glover. Here's Andrew Garfield, you know. Maybe that was more of the problem than I had than there having been live action elements in there in general, you know, because my main interest here is in Miles's story and Gwen's story and Peter B. Parker. You know, the little cameos, seeing an Insomniac Spider-Man, that's cool, but that's not the reason I'm here watching this film. I'm here because of the storytelling with Miles' character, you know what I mean? So I imagine with Beyond the Spider-Verse, there will still be cameos, of course. There'll be characters that show up somehow, somewhere, but I'm hoping, I mean, it's not like the main story got disrailed because of cameos here, but I'm hoping the focus is on Miles. That's the reason everyone's here. That's the reason people love these films, isn't it? It just feels like maybe those moments like take you out for a little second. I want to be fully engrossed in Miles' journey here. And I'm really looking forward to the sequel to Beyond the Spider-Verse, whenever that comes out. I know it's been delayed, but that's good by my books. As long as the animators are being paid right, treated fairly, not given crunch. You know, it's supposed to come out 2024. It's probably going to get pushed to 2025. But I prefer a great finished product where everyone's treated fairly in the process as well. So I'm very excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse. I'll be sure to check it out, of course. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or comment your thoughts on the film. And if you really loved it, be sure to subscribe. We've got much more Spider-Man content coming soon. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.